I woke up this morning with the strong sense that I needed to make this video. I saw this post the other day about a farmer in Mexico who believed that he had seen these two tall aliens on this certain spot on his land. He said they told him to build a pyramid there, which he did, and it included the messages that they told him to include. And all I know about that is that there was this message. And when I saw that, I was just like, that's exactly what I'm trying to communicate. This is a sign that I need to be trying to share this, doing a better job of trusting that it will connect with the people it's meant to connect with. The message that seems to want to come through is about scarcity. Scarcity is still lingering on Earth, but it's of the 3D world that we're shifting out of, which is collapsing as we speak. And more of us who have enough light within, who have healed enough of the darkness that we've been carrying, are connecting to these higher vibratory frequencies that are of the 5D, and scarcity, which is of the 3D, is falling away. And as we're connecting to these higher vibratory frequencies, we have to heal enough within ourselves to connect with them in the first place. And then the other function of that is the things that we put out into the world energetically and in terms of thought forms and actions taken are going to be more aligned with the 5D. But this shift away from scarcity is so much about healing the polarities, bringing equilibrium to the polarities, like it says in this message. And what I get from that is very much about this idea of yin and yang energies, masculine and feminine energies, which exist in all humans of all genders. We've been in this pattern that has over prioritized unhealthy forms of masculine energy in people of all genders, and it's kept everyone oppressed. It's especially oppressed people with female bodies or people of any gender or any sex who have a lot of feminine energy within them. It's shown up in the systems that we've created because, again, like if we're in this energy that is imbalanced, that is too of the unhealthy masculine, that's going to present itself in the physical manifestations and in the thought forms and in the any kind of system that we're creating. And that's where scarcity comes in as well, because the economic system that is of the 3D, which we're coming out of, is grounded in this idea that things are scarce. It's all about this manufactured sense of scarcity, and it isn't real. I used to be a professional stock trader, and I remember getting the sense of how dumb it was because literally, if you were looking at the screen and you were trading, whenever I made $1, it was because somebody else lost $1 within that structure, which was totally unreal because money is not scarce. It's completely made up. Governments are printing money ad infinitum. It's everywhere. It just flows in strange ways because the old system had these gatekeepers that were using unhealthy masculine energy to throttle abundance. And those of us who felt that we were powerless to do anything against the unhealthy masculine agents that were holding too much power, that was our way of being complicit in that system. But now we're moving to a juncture. We're here, we're already here, and we can step away from that. We can just let that fall by pointing our energy and our attention towards something else. And the way for us to see an immediate shift is to become conscious, become aware of a healthy balance of yin and yang energies, of masculine and feminine energies within us. Bringing awareness is half the battle. So we can notice, like, anytime we're worried about productivity or we're in any way deprioritizing, I feel like I have to sneeze. Excuse me. We're in any way deprioritizing the healthy feminine. So we're deprioritizing creativity, originality, nurturance, rest, receptivity, fun. The healthy feminine is full of joy and fun. If we're in any way inclined to think that we need to fit ourselves into something defined by an external authority, especially if we think that we have to do that in order to survive, that is playing into the old unhealthy masculine narratives. So we can step away from those things now. We have social media and we have these other platforms that are still working within the structures of the old unhealthy masculine, but we can at least communicate through them and raise awareness about these newer systems that are uplifting the newer energy. And our project Seeds is one, because Seeds is about transcending the scarcity in the old economic system and bringing a healthy balance through a new economic system, a healthy balance between the masculine and the feminine. And it does that through rewarding giving, because when you help someone in need through Seeds, you receive Seeds cryptocurrency and thanks, so that you can build wealth because you help someone in need. You can also use Seeds to ask for help when you need it. So we can get away from this idea of having to trade our time for money in order to survive, which is a total, it steals whole lives. That idea can completely steal a life, because we can wind up trading our time for money, you know, for an entire lifetime. And in doing that, we're so tuned into what the external unhealthy older structure is demanding of us that we're not tuning in enough to align our frequencies with the highest expression of what we could do in this lifetime. So try to really work to be aware of when the unhealthy masculine is coming through you. Can also show up in terms of simply like not supporting healthy feminine things. And it can be very subtle. It can show up in so many ways. It's so insidious, and which it's really kind of brilliant. Like, I think the architects of this energy showed up, I think, at the fall of Atlantis millennia ago. And I think masculine and feminine energies didn't present at that time, and they weren't defined at that time as they are today. But that's what this has morphed into at this point in time in human history on this planet. I think a big expression now is just like this idea that social justice has to be expressed in an unhealthy masculine way. And we can't heal the unhealthy masculine with a counter force of unhealthy masculine. It's not going to work. It's just going to keep perpetuating the old system. And with that distraction going on in so many different facets of popular consciousness, what's gotten lost is a focus on the feminine and healing and uplifting the feminine. At least that's not a part of the mainstream narrative. I know that lots of us are aware of this and are working and healing this in ourselves and in the daily things that we touch, the people that we interact with, and within the worlds that we're engaging in on a daily basis. So it's going to accelerate things if we can focus our attention now on the healthy feminine. And that starts with taking very good care of yourself and nourishing creativity and receptivity and rest and fun and abundance, understanding that there are channels for abundance that are coming in for us, that are available to us if we interact with them. And Seeds is one. Use Seeds to get what you need and use it to help others. And the shift can happen more quickly in that sense, because the economic system and the scarcity baked into it, it's the biggest thing holding people to that old system. Because when you have the abundance and the support and the resourcing that you need to do whatever feels good for you, whatever you have determined is best for you from a healthy point of view, from a healthy frame of mind, you're not going to play into the games in that lower level, old, unhealthy masculine system. So try and extract yourself from that. Use Seeds if you want to use Seeds. Help people in need through Seeds and get Seeds and thanks. Pay attention to when a feminine energetic thing is presenting itself, and look at how you're interacting with it. Are you supporting it in any way, energetically, with an action, with thought? If you're not doing so, if you're not supporting it, ask yourself why. It's, you want it to be like a healthy feminine expression. And there are certainly things out there that present themselves as though they're feminine that aren't necessarily, that are healthy feminine that aren't necessarily. And we need the healthy masculine to be in equilibrium with that as well. That's the thing. These two energies, yin and yang, are meant to work in harmony. They're in balance. So frameworks that are solid, logical structures, whatever, that uplift the healthy feminine, that's a way that the masculine and the feminine can work together. Another imbalance won't heal an old imbalance. We have to bring these energies into balance. So Seeds is working to do that too, and that we have this structure that has been thought through and tested, and it supports the ecosystem to help build abundance for everyone who participate within it. By design, by thoughtful design, it's working to transcend the old system by presenting a new system that has this healthy balance of masculine and feminine energies within it from the ground up. That's the intention of Seeds. I've seen very few examples of this where that healthy balance of masculine and feminine has already been sort of architected and expressed and is in use. And I know it's important to make as many people aware of Seeds as possible. The only other system I can think of that I've ever interacted with was the Goenka Vipassana courses, because the structure was there and it was very sound, and it's about supporting students as they're meditating, but it's also I didn't feel oppression of feminine energy coming from Goenka himself or within the structure he designed. And I'm like super sensitive to that. I think I'm more awake to it than about anyone else I've come across. And maybe you're the same. Maybe you have that same sense that you're aware of this thing, and not a lot of people are aware of how the feminine is being and has been denigrated. And maybe it hurts you as much as it's hurt me. And it hurts all of us. It's just that some of us are more conscious of it than others. So the Going of Vipassana courses are the only other example that I have come across besides Seeds that have that healthy balance of masculine and feminine energy. So look for more of those. And when you find them, if you find them, tell me about them, first of all, because I'd love to learn about more. But also give them energetic support and thought support, and also take action to support them from a healthy masculine place, whatever your gender. And as we start pointing our energy toward healthier balance systems like that, like this guy in Mexico felt that he had to express because he had this vision and saw these aliens, like that's so trippy. And I think it's actually really cool that made me feel inspired to try and say this today, and maybe like one other person will hear this today, and it'll make you feel inspired to do something that supports this healthier balance as well, and really do the work to heal this balance in yourself. Because as more of us are healing that balance, then more of what we're putting out there and what we're creating will also have that balance within it. And that's going to help more and more of us shift more quickly to 5D. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you for listening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.